Reverse engineered.
The Showdown Effect, a game riddled with both a ton of action cliches and a ton of bullets. It is supposedly inspired by the likes of Super Smash Bros. And GoldenEye, and is brought to you by the crazy minds at Arrowhead that brought you the spell-slinging, machine-gun-holding wizard game of Magicka. The Showdown Effect is a multiplayer action platformer and is currently in a closed beta. But the question here, of course, is it worth playing? Similar to Magicka, the Showdown Effect doesn't hold back when it comes to pop culture references, and has you control characters from, really, just simple kindergarten teachers trying to get their identity back,
I need to get my identity back,
to former Chinese kung fu masters, and this of course comes with all the flying air kicks as you would expect. The Showdown Effect holds a 2.5D and cartoonish art style that really captures the gloriously silly and brutal 80s and 90s action movie style they are going for. Many a limb will be chopped off by katanas, shotguns will leave their victims in a bloody pulp, and all the while you're deflecting bullets with pizza boxes. Maps are neither huge nor small and tend to have different little sections, giving you quite a bit of freedom without ever running out of targets to shoot. A nice visual addition is the fact that backgrounds actually get, well, messed up by fighting in said area. Furthermore, once the actual showdown arrives, which is part of the free-for-all game mode, areas get a drastic overhaul, with rain suddenly pouring down and giants battling each other in the distance, giving you all that more incentive to go and beat each other up for good. Although the game is incredibly chaotic, to put it lightly, it is mostly clear what is going on, as weaponry tend to be quite visually distinct, with the only minor issue really being certain cosmetic items making characters a bit hard to distinguish. But overall, the Showdown Effect has a lovely cartoony and gore-filled art style combined with good sound assets, and all the stereotypical action heroes you could have wished for. As I mentioned, the Showdown Effect is quite chaotic, but does heavily rely on your own capabilities. An important factor is of course the movement, which comes in a very fast-paced platforming style where you have to jump off and over ledges or do saltos in the air while trying to dodge incoming bullets. It is pretty easy to get into though, and it shouldn't take anyone long to get the grips of the quick movement. But another hugely important aspect is the need for precision. In most instances, you can't just go around spraying a machine gun in a general direction, as it will likely miss. The way you actually hit someone is based on hit scanning, hovering your mouse over the enemy and only then pressing the fire button, which is easier said than done when your enemy is coming at you with a katana jumping from wall to wall. Every shot taken while your mouse is in front or behind your enemy will miss and hit, as it were, the background. Meaning that you'll have to be quite precise with most of the weapons if you really want to go anywhere. And you'll have to do it quick, as you won't live long in the Showdown Effect. Combat really takes only but a few seconds. A few seconds between you being sliced in half or your enemy being painted on the wall. Weapons do come in quite a few flavors and are unlocked by spending points earned after doing some matches. Luckily, currently you get the points rather quickly, and there really is little to no grind when it comes to unlocking new weapon types. Points instead are used for more cosmetic and goofy items to put on your characters. After all, we do all like a variety of hats. Additionally, these points are also used to unlock new characters that each have a unique ability, from personal shields to throwing poison at specific locations. Weapons come in two general types, melee or ranged, and range from simple pistols to throwing knives and rocket launchers. As I said, most ranged weapons require precise aiming. Melee instead requires you to, well, obviously be close to your enemy, and using your right mouse button will block bullets for a little while when melee. Otherwise it allows you to see farther while using a ranged weapon. The real trick here is learning the advantages each weapon has, as they all feel very distinct, and you can equip two at any given time. So you basically need to know when to quickly switch. Either way, weapons feel quite good and are a ton of fun to use, with the only downside that they do need more balancing. There is, however, a third type of weaponry, the environmental weapons. In every map, of which there currently are 2, with a third being taken out of the pool for the moment, are specific weapons on different places. These come in the form of giant wrenches to pillows, but sadly are for the most part absolutely pointless. In some cases, some of the bigger weapons, such as a hammer or a halberd, will be quite useful due to the fact that they can one-shot anyone, and timing those correctly can be quite useful. But overall, the bulk of these environmental weapons are pointless to even pick up, as they simply aren't as good as your normal weaponry. Not to mention, normal weaponry doesn't break, and you often have more than enough ammo, so there really is no need to switch out to these environmental weapons most of the time. They could add a new layer to the game, making it more important to focus on key spots on the map, and adding to the goofy charm of the game, but currently they add little. Additionally, a quick overview of the statistics of a weapon as you walk over it wouldn't hurt either, as it really isn't all that clear what the strengths of a broken bottle are compared to, say, a sickle. Beyond these useless environmental weapons, there's one other issue I have with the current form of the gameplay, and that is the seemingly completely random spawning system. This works significantly better in the team elimination mode, but is irritating in the free-for-all showdown mode. You can literally be placed right in front of an enemy, ready to be sliced to pieces, and this does little other than being frustrating from time to time. Regardless, the Showdown Effect has some amazingly fun gameplay, with weaponry and combat that feels visceral and most of all, incredibly quick. All in all, the Showdown Effect has a great and charming art style to it that is both incredibly cliché, goofy and filled with gore. Combat is skill-based, highly fast-paced, and very visceral. The game could be a little repetitive and certainly needs more maps and game modes. Furthermore, it needs more ability and weapon balancing, and most importantly suffers from connectivity issues, and sadly there are no dedicated servers, meaning lag can be quite an annoying factor. In short though, the Showdown Effect is a cheap but highly enjoyable and already very promising game, and I can definitely recommend giving it a shot. With that being said, I've been Haas from Haas Gaming, and I got some more Kung Fu rocket launcher shots to make.